Hey, 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 here's the wake-up call. With Reverend Horace Sheffield. Rise up, wake up, let the truth be told. The wake-up call. Hey, 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 it's the wake-up call. With Reverend Horace Sheffield. Rise up, wake up, let the truth be told. The wake-up call. Reverend Horace Sheffield. Rise up, wake up, let the truth be told.
All right, y'all, let's make some noise. Welcome to the wake-up call with Horace Sheffield and friends. It's a wonderful day in the neighborhood here on the corner of Grand River in Wyoming. 12048 Grand River. If you are in the neighborhood, you're passing by, come on in and get some good information, some good fellowship, and free breakfast. We have biscuits, grits, and
salmon croquettes.
And the feedback won't be in those that at all. It won't.
No
It will be gone by the time you get here. And again, we're happy to have you. So if you're in the neighborhood, again, stop on by. And that's free breakfast. That's the 5-finger discount. Free 99, FREE 99. I am here, David Felton, in hosting along with Ed Collins, the original Ed Collins, Ed Lover, the real Ed Lover, not the one on the TV. He wasn't original.
Oh, no. That was a youngster.
He wasn't the original. We got the original Ed Collins, and then we also have She's a Queen to Be.
Well, you sound like a boy.
Sabrina Athena is here.
Peace. I'm a goddess. Thank you for the queen love, and I'm also outnumbered as usual. Hey guys.
Yes.
Right.
I mean, now what I need all the men to put their hands together for all the testosterone up here.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Whack.
Shout out to our engineer Dave over there on the Wheels of Steel, and Nakaya as well, and to the super producer, G Smooth, Gerald Smith, doing a great job, pulling the strings behind. You know, Gerald reminds me of Quincy Jones. No, not Quincy Jones. Richard Pryor in The Wiz. Remember, he was behind the scenes making it.
The color is.
I just want to go home.
Right. So we got a great show today. We're gonna get rolling. 2 hours of power-packed information for you. We got some great guests, some in studio, some on Zoom, but we're gonna have a wonderful time. If you want to, you can call somebody, tell them to tune in to us. We're on YouTube. We're also on 101.5 FM at 1500 AM. So there's no reason why you can't listen to us or why you can't engage and be a part of our show on today. Lakai, let's go with our announcements.
Dun, dun, dun.
All right. We have Donnell Rollins coming to Dabo, Detroit's Community Entertainment Series. That will be on June 10th. June 10th, not Juneteenth, June the 10th. And that's going to be at the Levon Sheffield Bridge Center at 9928 Grand River. We want you to come out. We got free parking, free food. Food and drinks will be made available. Ed, I can't see that part where it says made available.
Oh, you telling me I
said
got
free.
That's all right.
Free health screenings. Doors open up at 6. That's from 7 to 9. Elisa Bridges will also be here as well. Ladies and gentlemen, we are in the community, in the neighborhoods, providing quality entertainment and some family-friendly environment for you, and it's free. You can come on in and support what we're doing here. We appreciate our sponsors, the Knight Foundation and Corewell Health. Next, Sabrina.
All right. Looks like we have calling all talent. I'm so super close up here. My bad, y'all. So calling all talent, we have the Detroit Talent Showcase where talent finds expression. Contestant sign up is right here on this QR code. So spots are limited. You definitely want to get registered early. It's going to be hosted by T-Barb, who will join us later on the show as well. So you looking at cash prizes up to $2,500 plus TV features, promotion. So you definitely want to come show your talent at this particular talent show. It's going to be at the Bridge Center, and it's going to be on June 18th, Thursday, June 18th, from Thursday, June 18th. All right.
For more information, give us a call here at 313-491-0003. These ain't no jokes. This is your health. A good friend of ours, Earthquake, will be here. And it's going to be a wonderful opportunity. We want you to get your ticket, and we need you to download the Big Heart app and join the Dabo Detroit community. So what we want to do is we got this app now to try to slow down. A lot of people have been taking up spaces and RSVP and not showing up to the events, which is really not fair to those who want to come. So we're under the impression that a certain amount of people are going to be here, so we cut it off, and then all the people don't show up. But this is going to help us stop that, okay? But more importantly, once you come out July 22nd, 7 o'clock, doors probably going to open up at 6, and it's Earthquake. Everybody heard of Earthquake, right?
Yeah.
And once again, people have to pay to go see him at Motor City or pay to go see him at the Fox. You can come see him free. And we want you to come out and support. Again, we want to thank Detroit Dabo, of course, Corel Health, Big Heart, and Choose Healthy Life for helping us out with that. Next.
All right, so another aspect of the community entertainment series, this is going to be on Wednesday, September 16th. We have Enzima with Florella Strings and Lind Roundtree. That's going to be from 7 to 9. Doors will be open at 6 p.m. Again, you can RSVP on Event Noir. Free health screenings, free parking, and then food and drinks will be available for purchase. Again, it's all good in the hood. We're definitely bringing in the quality entertainment in this community entertainment series.
All right, that's it for our announcements. And you know what I'm going to say. Govern yourselves what?
Accordingly.
Accordingly. Govern yourselves accordingly. Okay, we got a great show today. We have in the building Mark Jones, Reggie Walker, and special guests. Sam Washington is going to be with them. And shout out to him. And Sports on the Mark. Mark, welcome to the show. What's happening, baby?
Hey, what's up, man? A lot of things going on in the world of sports, and we're glad to be a part of discussing where this NBA series is going, man. I am surprised that the Spurs are down 2. Aren't you, Reg?
Absolutely. Yeah. You know what? I expected it to be a tough series. What I didn't expect is for New York to just take it to San Antonio at San Antonio.
What about you, Sam? I'm surprised you're not.
I'm totally not surprised. I called out that the Knicks was going to win the whole series. I'm surprised that they won 2 games in San Antonio, but now they're on their way. It's going to be tough for San Antonio to beat the Knicks.
Well, I thought the key was the greatest basketball player that I've ever seen play basketball so far. I know that he doesn't have the NBA stats, but I thought that the alien was going to be able to overcome a lot of what they had. They didn't have a guy big enough to handle him, but he's made it easier for him. The team has made it easier for him. The coach has made it easy. He's playing outside. A guy like that should be dominating in the middle. He took that last shot last night, and it was a good shot, but why not? He can get close to the rim.
Yeah, but more importantly,
and shoot that ball.
More importantly,
he only had 20 points.
I think his lack of experience.
He's 22.
His lack of experience is what is exposing him. He made that bad pass.
Yeah.
He made that bad pass, and it was a turnover.
Well, you know what? I'm going to say this. It's not just his inexperience. He doesn't have the weight and the strength to play on the inside game on a consistent basis. Not yet.
Not at 230 pounds.
Well, this is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And he's trying to cover for everybody on defense, and that's not going to work. So,
him at 230 pounds is like me at 120 pounds. That's kind of crazy. Like, honestly, he got to really get that meat on his bones. Right. But you're right. He is an alien, and he does change the entire pace of the game when he's on the floor.
Somebody been doing some research, boys.
I actually do play basketball. I just don't pay attention.
She said that with her chest, man. Like,
no, I'm looking at this young man and I'm like, I feel a way because he is so young and because he is so talented, and that, I think of things outside of the game. I talk about the fashion of the game and the social status of the game. And as we're looking at this young man who is 22 years old, he's got so much ahead of him. I'm here for the Knicks. First of all, let me make sure that Brooklyn stand up. I'm here for the Knicks. And I think that Wembanyama has so much ahead of him. I'm really excited to see what he continues to do.
Wemby is too emotional for me. You can't be that emotional.
Oh, man.
22.
Why can't you be emotional? That makes the
game
game fun,
not
man.
the whole game. The whole season,
I think
too emotional.
I know it's you guys. So I just think that We need to give him time, give him a break. Everybody keeps talking about he's too young. He's not too young to win because Tim won his first one at 22, Tim Duncan. And he just needs some help. That's all. He just needs to be guided in the right direction. He's
They depended too much on Castle. Castle plays a heck of a game.
Yeah.
But the two of them against 3 and 4 ain't gonna make it.
And they young.
But
That's-
they young.
they
Well, I think the other
I hear you.
That's what the Knicks got. The Knicks got it up here.
Yeah.
I think the other part about it though is when you look at the top 9 guys in their rotation, 8 of them can shoot the 3 ball.
Mm.
You know what? So I've never seen New York distribute the ball as well as they have in this playoff series.
Hold on, they got the best closer in the NBA.
And let's say, they got it.
I gotta agree on.
Their coach ain't no joke either now.
Yeah.
Just face it, guys.
I didn't think
Knicks are
people,
just
I
better.
don't think people think that he's a great coach.
Oh
the
man,
Knicks
come on,
coach.
that's horrible to say that.
Oh, I don't know. I think they doubted whether he
I would
was gonna
say
be able to
this:
take 'em.
you have to give him his credit. Any guy who's potentially now looking at 2 championships on 2 different teams, that guy's a good coach, Mark Jones.
Well, I think it's proving to be a good coach, but they had his doubts when they hired him. Come on now.
It's 58 years in the making here, okay? Whoever steps into that role, if you won before, you better figure out how to win now.
Hold on.
But
Now,
they-
wait a minute. One guy got to prove himself, and the other one is the greatest player of all time, and he just got into the league. Come on now.
No, that's an arguable
Right.
point right there.
Always
I'm
arguable.
just telling you what they thought about the coach when he got there. They thought he had to prove himself. He's been fired a bunch of times. And when he went to New York, it wasn't, oh, great, we got a great coach.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying for people like us who look at the sport, we know that he took over. Who did he take over for? And they went all the way through. Was it Golden State?
Cleveland.
No. I know they won, but even after that, though, he took people through. So it was Golden State because the coach got hurt. Remember?
Yeah,
He still
yeah.
took them through. So again, he has the experience, and if you look at it, you will respect it.
Yeah,
So
I'm happy for him. Don't get me wrong. I just
You know
think
what?
he's
It's
a
not
boss.
just the coach. It's the chemistry between the team and the coach.
Well, what they
Because you got a lot of professional ball players that won't listen to their coaches.
did that I think was smart, they went and got Villanova squad that
Mm.
won the national championship. And these guys like playing together. They know each other. And like you said, they've got the chemistry that they need to play.
and the
to win.
experience.
And the experience.
And the experience. And that's what's beat. It's not. I don't even think that New York has a better team in terms of players, but I think it's the intangibles. Does that make sense?
But they play better as a
Absolutely,
team.
absolutely.
As a team.
Absolutely.
Listen,
Absolutely.
New
They
York-
putting in work to me.
New York,
Right.
New
But
York can cook
also
and San
the
Antonio
series,
can
it's a good
sizzle. They
series.
have a lot of power. They have like this shock value in these 2 or 3 players, but New York is really spreading it across the floor there.
Also, Reggie, you didn't bring up the point that you brought up when we were sitting down talking. This is a different basketball game, type of game. The referees are letting them play physical.
This is old school
They are.
basketball.
They are.
Old school.
This is old school
Dennis
basketball.
Rodman basketball.
I don't necessarily. The officiating is. Tony brothers need to retire. A lot of it is just. It's not consistent to me. It's not. I don't know, man.
Well, look here. Blame it on the league because they want all series to go the whole length.
I'm saying, but
Well, this one is-
you know, and I'll move on. Even when they talk to the officials, and they say these are going to be the points of emphasis for this season. You still have to have enough experience, enough skill to call it on both sides. I mean, and I'm just talking about the one call that I did see before I went to sleep last night when Castle went to the rack. Shamit bust him all upside the head, man. No foul. I mean, you got to call something. It was bang bang, and they standing right there. And I know you can't call everything, but I'm like,
And
yeah,
look
I don't
here.
get it.
But I thought it was pretty even because basically both teams have been hammered anytime they take the ball.
But you know what? All the players, the offensive players, are putting that shoulder down and pushing off, and they're not calling that.
yeah. So
That's an offensive foul.
we got a question. Go ahead, sir. State your
Yeah.
name and your question.
Marcus from Detroit, of course. And Reg, I agree with you. And Mark, I agree. I took San Antonio like you guys. I am surprised, but not surprised. And I'll tell you why. I think the experience comes in. I think the series would be 0-2? No. But the experience does pay. And about the refereeing, a couple of times, but they're letting them play. So I can't really, and this is one thing the Pistons need to look at now. Difference between the regular season and the playoffs.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And see, now everybody, I don't want to look at the regular season as nothing because it's not, but it's a whole, you ramp everything up. Everything is ramped.
You know what? Presently, this team as constituted, talking about your Detroit Pistons as compared to either one of these teams, it's a lack of 3-point shooting. And so until the Detroit Pistons are able to gather some guys who can shoot the ball so that Cade doesn't have to work so hard,
And
it's
you,
going to be tough for this Detroit
And
And a
Pistons.
point guard. They need a point guard.
and you
Yeah,
just said
real
that the
bad, real
strategy
bad.
for the Knicks right now is that outside game. And I'd like to think that maybe Wemby shooting this three ball as much as he does because he's actually like really Muggsy size on a smaller court. Because I mean, if you think about it proportionally, that's really a jump shot for him.
And I want to say this before we move on about Wemby. What I did notice too is that he is at least going to the rack. So he's pump faking, at least going to try to get a
Here and
foul
there.
or whatever the case
But the
is.
problem is he doesn't have enough weight.
He has to
Same
stay
problem,
healthy. He
man.
has to stay
Okay,
healthy.
problem.
He
So
has
I'm gonna
to stay
say this:
healthy.
weight.
It's strength.
That's debatable. Okay,
Strength.
because weight and strength is debatable. Okay, I'm gonna tell y'all why. Allen Iverson was a featherweight.
Mm.
Featherweight. So it's about it ain't the size of the dog. It's about the heart that's in the dog.
And
Yeah,
that was a speed
Wemby
bullet on
don't
feet.
So
have
let's
the
go.
heart
Let's
yet.
go to Myles Garrett and being traded to the LA Rams. Let's go to the NFL. If you don't mind, Mark, is that cool?
No, listen, man. I saw that trade and immediately I said, what happened to the Detroit Lions? Why can't we make a trade like that? Why didn't we do it? They gave up number one. The Rams gave up a number one,
A number 2 and a number 3.
and a number 3, and a
Player.
and a player,
Current player.
another defensive end, a young guy who could become a Myles Garrett.
Mhm.
I just thought that Los Angeles wants to win. They want to win now. We're always talking about we got to hold our draft picks. I don't understand it.
Rich.
You know what? I think in this particular case, it ends up being that the Detroit Lions didn't have the assets, tangible assets, to where they would have been able to make this trade. You know what? You say, hey, look, we would love to have the big fella down in Cleveland. What are you going to give up? Because ultimately, Cleveland's saying we want another defensive personnel back because we got to replace this guy. And you didn't have him. It was perfect for Cleveland because you know what? This guy's still on a rookie salary.
There were
man.
people saying that they should give up Hutch to get him.
So
He's
so
that much of a defensive
you
No,
would be
no,
you would
no.
be slightly better than what you are right now if you were to do that. That doesn't make any
But
sense.
Hutch is a homeboy. I ain't get rid of him. He put butts in the seats. Butts in the seat.
But I want a championship.
Well, you
You-
know what?
I'm looking for a championship. Not
The-
for-
He said we had Barry Sanders.
Look
I
here.
want something better.
The bottom line is the owners got to give up some of their profitability and pay for a team because you get what you pay for.
Well,
And that's the
well,
Are
to
you
Reggie-
calling the team?
that- well, that's a-
Lions pay for players.
Well, that's
They
a part.
pay.
That's a part of Reggie's point, though. I don't know if we had the assets to really go after.
They selling Fords, ain't they?
Yeah, but there's a hard
I'm saying,
salary.
yeah,
There's a hard salary cap
yeah.
too.
The
That-
Lions, they
that
got a
box
history
in.
of not paying people anyway.
No, that's not that though. They're paying people now. They did.
They've been paying people for the last
They
20
will
years.
invest
Yeah,
in
but
their
The
the
team
days of
players.
Russ Thomas, that
Listen,
terrible guy.
They
gone.
paying for the wrong people. That's the problem.
Well, that's a general manager
Right.
concern right there. But they've been doing good. So in terms, are they done making trades?
No.
I don't think they're done making trades. I think the biggest part that I'm kind of concerned about is the safety. You know, what they're not saying to you, and I know because I suffer from this, he's got degenerative arthritis. That's what he's suffering from.
Who is that now?
Who?
The safety for the Lions, not Branch,
That's
the
a
other
common
safety.
thing with football players.
He's
for
got
sure.
degenerative arthritis. When you have degenerative arthritis,
Mhm.
no, not Campbell.
Terry
Kirby
Arnold?
Joseph.
Is that Terry
Thank you,
Arnold?
Kirby. Joseph has got degenerative arthritis. We don't know when he's going to be able to play, and it's not the straightforward motion of the knee. It's when he's cutting.
Which is a lot.
He can't take the stress. You open his knee up right now. He's got all sorts of arthritis in that knee. He's
Let's
done.
keep it
He ain't
closed.
coming back.
So with all that being said, is the Super Bowl a bust for the Lions?
I think people want the Lions to win the Super Bowl. They're going to be disappointed, and that's because of what they've had in previous seasons. They thought this could be a momentary dip. The schedule means that they're going to play a last place schedule, which is supposed to be easier for them. Players are back. The defense is the problem. They'll keep, like Reggie said, that's what the problem is. The offense, they got to carry you. But, you know, I think it's conference finals or bust.
Sam, what you think?
I'm gonna have to agree with Mark this time. I usually don't, but yeah, I think so. Yeah, conference finals or a bust. But that the division that they're in, this is a tough division.
Right,
You know,
right,
it's a
right.
Black and blue division is a tough division.
Marcus, you standing there. What you got to say about this?
About the Lions, I'll just say 2023, man. That's ever since 2023 happened, Reg, and they should have been in the Super Bowl then. Everything's kind of been going I won't say downhill, but it's been kind of like the old, well, Lions are, I won't say average, but they're good. I can't average good, if there's such a word as that. I mean,
Average good.
Medium average,
good,
average.
medium average. I don't know, but I know this year, if they don't win go to the playoffs, there should be some
Major
talking.
changes.
Well, you said it. I didn't, Ed.
That's right.
You said it. I didn't.
I don't think there should be major changes if they can.
Your front office got to change, man.
No,
If they hold up.
No, you know what? Look, I think when you look at this Lions team, they are at best the fourth or fifth best team in the NFC. You know what? The LA Rams are the best team in the entire NFL at this point. And I don't think they're necessarily going to be better than either Minnesota and definitely not Chicago.
Yeah, Chicago's looking good, but when you talk about making changes, I think we have the best culture that we've had in a long time. Culture is important.
When
in
you
terms
say
of-
culture, break that down low.
Talking about in terms of the team culture, not the fans, but the team culture that plays a major role in any organization in terms of galvanizing the group and things of that nature. And then that can fall down in terms of getting players and stuff like that. But firing a general manager and all that.
I think what it's going to basically end up being, and we're going to tell within the next 2 years, you've got essentially 3 or 4 general managers, San Francisco, Seattle, Philadelphia, all right, they are not afraid to go for big deals. They are not afraid to trade when, you know what, it doesn't seem necessarily plausible. Right now, as it stands, because we've been in the building process, this Detroit Lions team is saying, no, what we're going to end up doing, we're going to draft well, we're going to sign our own guys, get them at a value. What we have to see over the next year or 2 years is management willing to make that big trade when they think they're right there. This year, this team is not right there. Matter of fact, they're in a slight rebuild phase right now. They're not saying that good enough to make the playoffs, but they're in a slight rebuild.
They had to rebuild the offensive line, and that was.
And you had to rebuild your defense.
And I think
the defense has to be.
I just want to say this too, and tell me if it has any relevance. Ever since the young lady took over the Ford.
Yep.
So I'm just saying, in terms of culture, just trying to say, things have been going up slowly but surely, and that's what I was just talking about, Ed, is that we used to say all they wanted to do was make sure they were making money. Once she took over, she was actually concerned about winning. So I think at least we have that mentality now as an organization. So I just want to say.
And we've been winning. Regular seasons have been great. Except for last year, they took a little dip, but they still had.
And how long has it been? How long has she had the team now?
What,
5 years?
5 years.
And so I'm saying 5 compared to the last 50.
But
You saying the Ford family had a team just for the sake of having a team?
That's a whole nother thing. They gave that
That's
to
a
William Place
whole-
because he couldn't be in the automotive business. That's a whole other thing.
Every
Go over there and
game
play your
still sold
sandbox with
out.
your football team.
But we still haven't got a championship, regardless of what who's running the team, owns the team.
Right.
We still haven't been in the championship game in
Not since 1956.
57.
Year before I was born.
And we lost.
No, we didn't.
We won.
Oh, they won.
There was one championship that we didn't win.
Yeah.
I thought we have never won a Super Bowl.
No, we
Never
haven't
won a Super Bowl.
Never
You're
won
right.
a
That's
Super Bowl.
different.
Okay, you talking about division champion. All right.
No, that was the only league there was.
No, there was no Super Bowl in 1957.
Copy.
They were just championship game.
Gotcha.
I have a question.
Sure.
I'd like to switch subjects to the Tigers. Reggie's favorite.
We're not
subject.
going there yet. We're going to wait. No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead, Marcus. We are. Go ahead. We're going. So go ahead. We're going to Tigers next. So that's cool, Marcus. Go ahead.
Since they're on this 3-game winning streak, do you think they finally, the bats have woken up, Mark, or do you think? I think they've digging themselves kind of a hole, Reg. I mean, it's a hole. It's a hole maybe they can get out of, but I don't know. You're gonna have to start winning series. You can't just win 1 game out of 3. They're 14 games under 500? 12 now.
They're
Okay.
12 games out of 500. They have done well in the last 3 games, 3 or 4 games. They won last night, 4 games. But I just don't think that they can come back and make it. Maybe they make it exciting, get to 500, but they gotta play at a monstrous pace.
Got to win series.
They got many of them.
Well, I'm telling you, I enjoy going to the games. It's nice weather. I got good seats. I give it some peanuts, Italian sauces, and just make the best of it.
Yeah, but it's fun to watch. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, I mean, it's
They can
cool.
still make it enjoyable.
Yeah.
They've got a team that can make it enjoyable. Scooble's coming back.
Well,
may not be.
But I
here
thought we were talking
tomorrow.
about we're gonna trade him.
Well, understand what management is saying right now. Scooble is not for trade, and I think
Okay.
they're 4 or 5 games. They're 5 games back right now of the last wild card. So you know what? They're still within hitting distance, man.
Yeah, they can't win, but I think that they're going to have to win the division. You don't think they have? They think they can get a wild card? I don't know.
That's their best chance right now, Mark. They're 5 games back from a wild card. You know what? They put a streak on. You start playing 600 ball. You know what? Win a series.
And 600 ball is not out of the question.
Absolutely not.
Sam,
Absolutely
what you
not.
think about these Tigers, baby?
They did that a few years ago. They just came out of nowhere, made the playoffs. Everybody was excited. And so now they're going to have to do the same thing. It's a long season.
Well, I got tickets. I'm going again. I think I've been once already. I'm going again. I think Wednesday, something like that.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, but
I got to take my family down there.
It's date night, man. My wife, she loves So we go have a good time. Have a good time. So we're gonna pray for the Tigers. We'll start reintroducing that song. Bless you, boys. Start praying for them. So again, the Tigers and are the Red Wings doing anything off season?
Man, they just got their star
Dylan Larkin
said he wants to leave and wants to be traded.
I saw that.
That's bad. People are upset at Yzerman. There's a camp now, pro Dylan, pro Yzerman. What are we going to do? I don't think it's the end of the world. They haven't done anything with him. They say he's like the second or third line center, even though he's one of the best players on our team. Let him go. Good riddance. We haven't won with him. But the locker room is in the shambles, they say.
They said that's track culture.
And just like you said, and it's as the captain, he's supposed to keep that under control.
Your captain want to leave?
Let's
It sounds like a Devo.
Let's get rid of him, get something for him, and move the Red Wings forward.
Look here,
Yeah, but here's the other part about it, though, Mark. Steve Yzerman is responsible for the collection of players that he has in that locker room. We are now on year 8 as far as the rebuild is concerned. If Steve Yzerman didn't have that last name that began with a Y, he'd been gone 2 to 3 years ago.
But they had 92 points, Reggie. 96.
It doesn't matter. But you
92
knew
points.
But you already knew that playing in the East. That you know what?
But it's close. They're that close. Now they needed was over
You're
96.
8
97
years
points.
into a rebuild, Mark.
It's a lot of years.
Players don't want to come here. Other teams don't want to make trades with Yzerman.
Well, tonight
look here,
I'm
8
going
years.
to my high school reunion, and Illich will be there. I'm going to ask him.
Well, you know,
Wow, flex
I'm going to
then.
ask him about
Flex.
the Tigers and the Red Wings.
I'm gonna just say this: if you haven't done it in 8 years, meaning you were recruiting grade school people, I don't know what's gonna work.
I don't know how
They
a whole
done
team
went
stays
from grade
healthy
school
enough to.
to being of age.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
8 years is a while. That's a whole doctorate
It's a
degree.
long time.
Right. So yeah, we are talking with Mark Jones, Reggie Walker, Sam Washington, Sports on the Mark, about sports that's going on here. And again, if you're out and about, you can stop by here, 12048 Grand River on the corner of Wyoming, and you can get some free biscuits, grits, and
Salmon croquettes.
we are here having a good time. Y'all out here, everybody good? Everybody, tell them y'all here. Make some noise.
Yeah, clap, because you ain't supposed to speak with your mouth full.
So we have a live audience as we do every Saturday. And again, come on down and be a part of our conversation. So let's just wrap up with this. So is everybody still riding? I saw Sam. I know he riding with the Knicks.
All day long.
You got Knicks in 6, or what do you got?
I got them in 6.
Knicks in 6.
Because they're going to win all the games at home.
What you got, Mark?
I got Knicks in 6 now.
Knicks in 6. Reg.
The fan in me, I got to go with San Antonio in 7, baby.
San Antonio 7. Okay. Ed.
I'm just interested in seeing some good ball being played.
Right. I really.
Look here, Detroit is out of it, so it don't make a matter who wins now to me.
Right.
I'll be honest. So I just see some good ball.
Sabrina Athena.
For my manager, Lorna, this is for you. Go Knicks. Go Knicks.
Go Knicks. All right. I'm still rolling with the Spurs. We got some more interesting conversation and topics coming up right after this. We'll be right back.
You've been listening to
Hey, here's the wake up call with Reverend Horace Sheffield. Rise up, wake up, Let the truth be told. The wake up call. Hey, 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 hey. It's the wake up call with Reverend Horace Sheffield.
The summer sizzles with Wednesday Jazzy Nights at the Aretha Franklin Amphitheater. June 10th, it's Boney James. With special guests, jazz guitarist Big Mike Hart. Then, June 17th, it's Mesa Live and Alex Bouillon. Tickets for this show and the entire Jazzy Night season are on sale now at Ticketmaster and the Aretha box office. Presented by Chase.
Over a century ago, DTE Energy made a promise to serve our community by illuminating spaces and lighting up faces, by keeping homes glowing and good times rolling, by cooling you in summer and warming you in winter, by keeping bills as low as possible while improving reliability. And in 2025, we delivered our most reliable service in nearly 2 decades. Our promise is to our friends and neighbors, and it's one we will always keep. DTE.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your man Mike Epps, and I get my Saturday morning wake-up call from Reverend Sheffield. Make sure you get yours.
I'm Hester Wheeler, and I get my Saturday morning wake-up call from Reverend Horace Sheffield.
Every Saturday morning, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. on 101.5 FM or 1500 a.m. The wake-up call with the Reverend Horace Sheffield.
This is Super Bowl champion Lomas Brown, and I get my Saturday morning wake-up call from Reverend Horace Sheffield, my man.
This is Groveland Kings, and I get my wake-up call from Reverend Horace Sheffield every Saturday morning, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. on 101.5 FM or 1500 a.m. The wake-up call with the Reverend Horace Sheffield.
Yo, what's up, guys? It's your girl, Randy Rosario, comedian and TV host. I get my Saturday wake-up call with my guy, Reverend Horace Sheffield. Think about it. Good day.
I'm Sheriff Raphael Washington, Wayne County, and I get my Saturday morning wake-up every Saturday morning from Reverend Horace Sheffield, and you should too.
Every Saturday morning, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. on 101.5 FM or 1500 a.m. The wake-up call with the Reverend Horace Sheffield.
You've been listening to
Hey, 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 here's the wake-up call with Reverend Horace Sheffield. Rise up, wake up, let the truth be told. The wake-up call. Hey, 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 it's the wake-up call with Reverend Horace Sheffield. Rise up.
All right. We are back. Make some noise.
The wake-up call.
We are here. It's the Wake Up Call with Horace Sheffield and friends. We know that Reverend Sheffield isn't here. He is relaxing and recalibrating, getting himself together so he can come back and re-engage and continue to lead the ship as we try to have a positive impact on the community and do what we are called to do here. So again, we're here on the corner of Grand River, Wyoming, 12048 Grand River. And we have biscuits, grits, and
salmon croquettes.
And you can come and you can be a part of our live audience, enjoy some free breakfast. We have orange juice, water, coffee, all for free. And this is what we do every Saturday from 8 to 10. We are here serving the community. So far we've had our sports segment, which was interesting. It was good. Shout out to Mark and his crew. Now we have Nicole Scott, founder, owner of the Midwest Invitational Rodeo. That's right. I said rodeo.
Gotta give her some claps.
It's a rodeo, and this is a black woman who is the owner of. Everybody say rodeo.
Rodeo.
I didn't know black folks did rodeos.
Hey, Dave,
Yes,
I got to
Black
give
folks
some,
started
a
rodeo.
historical lesson.
Go ahead.
Cowboys, the original cowboys were black, and that's why they called them cowboys. All right,
Wasn't no cowmen.
No, everybody else was a Westerner. So let's get it straight. We originated and developed the skills that gave you the title cowboy.
Okay, I think you're still in her thunder, but we good
No.
though. So again, we have Nicole Scott, and she's going to tell us about the Midwest Invitational Rodeo. It's going to be taking place on June 12th and 13th, and that's at the Everett A. Cummings Center in Genesee County, Mount Morris, which is right outside of Flint. And Nicole, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much.
And I just need you talking to the mic. I know
Talking
you want
to the mic a little bit more.
And I know you got some lungs, so I need you to talk to the mic over there. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Tell us about what's going on. And so you're a native of Crooked Eye.
I'm from Inkster, yes, sir.
Inkster.
Yes, I am. So I'm telling a little bit about myself. My name is Nicole Scott, and I own the Midwest Invitational Rodeo. We've been in business since 2017. This is our almost 10th year.
Okay.
Yeah. Getting ready to go for it.
All right, so you said 2019 you launched the Midwest Invitational Rodeo in Michigan. So I understand, tell us a little bit how you came about doing this. It's just not something that a natural progression for a person that grew up in Inkster or lived in Inkster to start a rodeo.
Yeah, it's
So
definitely
connect
not.
some dots for us.
So 2001, I moved to Denver.
Okay.
Came across some family that actually they actually own the Bill Pickett Rodeo. So the Bill Pickett Rodeo was here at the fairgrounds. I think that was our last year, 25 years ago. It was so much easier being a niece than going out and doing my own thing, right? It was not as stressful, you just don't know what you don't know.
Mhm.
So 2017, I did a rodeo. I was asked to help out with a rodeo, and we took it to Alabama A&M. Then we went to Bakersfield, California. So we did that 2017, 2018. Then I was challenged to bring it to Detroit. And I'm like, wait a minute, hold on. This is home. Couldn't figure out a place to do it because the state fairground was no longer. So had the opportunity to take it to Belleville. We did that in Belleville, which you joined us. We were there for 4 years. Then the opportunity came. I wanted to bring it to Detroit. I really wanted to bring it home. The opportunity came for us to take it to Flint, and we've been there ever since.
Sabrina.
Okay, first of all, I just want to say that I know Nicole.
Yeah, she does.
I know Nicole, and I'm so excited that she's here because, first of all, Nicole is shy. She acts shy. And I tried to give her a whole thing last time. She's like, please do not put the attention on me, Sabrina.
Yeah.
But thank you for joining us, and thank you for bringing your expertise, information, and everything that is you to the show. I personally stood next and watched you work this from A to Z last year, and there's all kind of craziness that goes on. What actually commits you? Like, what part of you says, you know what, I want to commit to this Black rodeo experience for the Midwest?
You know, I really appreciate you. I appreciate you knowing, and this is another side of actually doing it. So the reason why I do it is because there's little people that look like us, right?
Right.
That don't know that we were the original cowboy, that the word boy was so derogatory, and now it's famous. Now everybody wants to be a cowboy, right? Taylor Swift, I just heard this morning, Taylor Swift is coming out with a Western album. So, I mean, she started off in country, but then Beyonce came out. And then after that happened, then everything was all rodeo, and people wanted to do the dress, and they're doing takeovers. People from Detroit are going to, to Houston to party and, do their thing. So a lot of it was just, you and I have this kind of the same background. We grew up in private schools, and during Black History Month, they talked about Rosa Parks, they talked about Martin Luther King, but they didn't say anything else, right?
Yeah.
They didn't tell us anything else. And it's sad that we don't know our history. So again, being a mother and having African-American children, Black and brown children, we need to know.
And you're a twin grandma.
I'm a twin grandma, yes, new twin grandma.
Shout out to your daughter.
Yeah, and I met your twin. So one thing also too about our rodeo is it's the experience. So you don't just come in and just go out. So you don't just come to the rodeo and then leave. We do a lot of things in the community. Like Wednesday, we're going to be at the Detroit Public Library. We'll be there. We'll be bringing in horses, mechanical bull. They'll be doing crafts. Just to get the experience, right? So you'll know and get the fun, know the fun. Then Thursday night, we're doing an event in Flint. We try to bring an economic impact into the community that we're in. Our first year, we did about 200,000, just people coming in from all over. Last year, we did about 850,000. This year we should do $1.2 million in that community over the weekend.
Ed.
Yes.
Talk about economic uptick from one event.
Yeah. Well, you know that we did a fashion show. People are still asking about the fashion show. We try to do, Sabrina actually hosted our fashion show. We try to look for young entrepreneurs who are looking for their start. That was something that we brought for you. It was something that you wanted to do, right?
Absolutely.
And so at one point, this was a hobby, life changes, and it became a career.
Yes.
And so the difficulties that I have or had, I don't want anybody else to experience them. Or I truly hope that I can give somebody a start. This year we have 40, I believe it's 42 vendors of all sorts, right? We do a health fair. There's a young lady, BYOC, Be Your Own Cheerleader, who's doing a 5K. We have 100 and yeah, we have 125 people. The majority of them are coming up from Detroit to come run with us. Genesee County is an amazing area, but we just don't know about the parks. There's so many wonderful things in Detroit or in the city or in the state of Michigan that we just don't know about, right? And so Genesee County, this Everett Cumming is a fairground, but it has 13 miles of horse riding, right? Or trails that you can do. So we thought about it and we were like, you know what, let's just go ahead and do this 5K. Cam brought it to me and said, Miss Nicole, this is something I want to do. Let's do it. You know, we're doing a health fair. Cassie McBride is doing a health fair, and we'll be talking about, I never realized until my girls were having children, it's a hard time having children as Black women. You know, there's disparity. There's the education is not there, or the things that they want to do that are so quick that I don't know that they would do it just to anybody.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. We talk a lot about that on the show with our
Yeah.
partners and whatnot. And the conversation about Black women and pregnancy and all of those things. Yeah.
And just health. And you crack. Well, I'm not gonna say it's a crack, but you said I'm shy. I'm more behind the scenes.
Yeah, because I don't know. I ain't never met a shy Nicole, but it's all good though.
Hey,
Ed, go ahead.
Yeah, and I'm gonna do it in his stead, but I know that Ted Logan is smiling down upon you.
Oh yeah.
And I know you're familiar with
Yeah.
Ted Logan
Yeah.
and what he did to the community in Inkster.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
he's my in-law, or
Yeah.
was. He's deceased now.
So I grew up in his house.
Uh-huh.
When they sold the house in Inkster,
Uh-huh.
my mother bought it.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
see, then
Yeah.
I've been through there too.
Yeah.
Small world.
Yeah, it's a small world.
It
But
is a small
it's,
world.
you know what? And we, as a community, period, and I say community is worldwide.
It is.
We are supposed to support each other. So I would look and I pray that we as a community support this young lady in her endeavor, because it is a worthwhile endeavor.
And I thank you for saying that, because it is a community. It's my family that we come together.
Yeah.
The original, when I thought about not doing it,
Uh-huh.
we kind of rallied, or they rallied, because I was kind of off there. But they sold the first 750 tickets,
Uh-huh.
and they were like, "Okay, go ahead. Here's your seed money. I need you to make it happen," because I underwrite it, and so it's a lot of stress. I'm quiet right now because the show is coming up, and we're still selling tickets, and we got things going. But
Are there a lot of tickets left? Because listen, the ticket situation is serious. You want to get your ticket like yesterday, for real. I got my room. I'll be there all weekend. I'm coming to annoy you. Yes, I am. I can't wait. It's gonna be incredible, and I really got to make sure I get my ticket.
You know what? That's a good thing about our community. I'm in another area. I'm in Flint. I'm outside of my comfort zone. I'm 2 counties away. But when I look out in the audience and I see my friends, I see my family, it just uplifts me and say, you know what, I got it. They got my back. If anything goes down, they're gonna just get boots on the ground.
All
Excuse
right.
the pun, right?
No, don't
And to
excuse
get to
the
right-
pun, because I got my fan today.
Oh my gosh, you didn't
Okay.
bring a fan. Yeah,
Definitely
but-
got the fan today.
And
So-
she popped it.
So let's talk about Ed kind of not alluded to, but he was sharing about the history of actually the word cowboy. And let's talk about cowboys, the history of that, and cowgirls.
Yeah. So I bring in cowboys. I have a truck that's leaving from California on Monday. Those cowboys will drive for 3 days, 2.5, 3 days, pick up some people in Oklahoma, and then bring them and stay with me for 2, maybe 3 days, and then they'll do the trip back. Those are 3rd and 4th generation cowboys. And the funny thing about it, but the part that warms my heart is that they're so dedicated, right? And if they don't come and show, then we won't have a next gen because it's not as profitable for African American cowboys as it is for people of non-color to be able to make money. So I put up about $20,000 as a purse, which we don't run for trophies or anything like that. It's money, right? Because you spend a lot of money coming, so you got to reward them. And so it can be, I would love for the purse to be a lot higher, just so to make it, we don't get the chance to make something our career. We work at it. We have a side job. We have 2 or 3 jobs just to make it happen, right? Or to encourage our youth. There's opportunities, there's scholarships. I have a young cousin that goes to Alabama A&M, and she didn't know anything until our rodeo. The USDA has a scholarship. It's the 1890 scholarship. If you go to a historical Black college and you study agriculture or horticulture, it's your tuition's paid for.
That's incredible.
And so she got her degree there, not coming out, not owing anybody, and now is working on her master's and has a job with USDA. We don't know things like that. So one of the things that I try to do with the rodeo is just expose. It's about expose. It's about experience. I know we were talking about the history of cowboys and cowgirls, but if we don't continue, there won't be any history, right? The
Exactly.
history will die.
Could you let our audience know about the potential to be a vendor at your events?
Yeah. So the potential to be a vendor, don't want to say it too bad, but we closed it on June 1st.
Well, next time you guys get
please,
it in advance now.
And let me say this too, to all those that are considering going or contemplating going, vendors who want to participate maybe next year, take the opportunity to. This, ladies and gentlemen, this event is so spectacular. First of all, I love all things Black people. Well, not all things, but most of the things Black people want to be a part of. This is so positive. You have people that come from all over the country to be a part of this. It's like a fraternity or a sorority or a big family picnic or whatever. It's safe. They got RVs coming from all over the country, and you just walking by and they say, "Hey, you want something to eat?" They cooking all kind of food.
Now, straight up, that's the truth. Now, if you want to meet you a cowboy, you come.
And that right there, the cowboy thing,
They are there.
I was so just blown away. You got cowboys, guys got cowboy hats with afros on, with locks on, and they got their boots on, and I was like, man, I'll be back. So my first engagement was in 2022, 2023, and I was assigned to her from work, and I started on a Wednesday or Thursday. And she brought horses to Royal Oaks Library, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
They had people out there. I was like, this is amazing. And so being so enthralled with it, I just hung out with her the whole weekend and
rode a bull.
Yeah, she keep talking about me on the bull thing, but
he got tossed back.
How many
I'm trying to give him
milliseconds
his
did
cowboy.
you ask?
Right, he did over 8 seconds.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we have a question in the audience. Go ahead. It's on.
My name is Kathy.
Hi, Miss Kathy.
I'm coming this weekend. I'm really, really excited because this is my first time.
Yeah.
So I want to know, what do I bring? What do I not bring? What do I do?
Okay, so I hope you come early, right? Because we start.
We'll be there early.
We start at 7 o'clock. The rodeo starts, but we actually open the gates at 5, and so it depends on what day that you come. But we'll start off with a day party. We start about 4. You don't really need to bring anything because we have so many wonderful vendors.
Bring some money.
Bring some money.
And bring a lawn chair.
Well, yeah, you can bring a lawn chair, but going into the arena, we have stadium seating. So you just have to come. It's general admission. We don't do VIPs or anything like that. So just come and just be comfortable. We also do have a social group from St. Patrick's. Okay, I was thinking that. So not only did St. Pat, oh my God, okay. So they're coming out and they not only are staying with us, but they rented rooms. And so the economic impact is just a surprise that people, when you go into a community and you go in there and you're saying, hey, I'm bringing a rodeo, and they look at you. And then when you leave and you see people that are coming
See you next time. Y'all come back now. You hear?
And
No,
they mean it.
they mean it.
They mean it.
They mean it.
They
Yeah.
do this. The cowboy that myself and Marlisha met, he had a truck that he filled up with hats and stuff.
Tim.
Cowboy Tim.
Yes.
And then he just stood there all weekend selling his hats. He got enough money. He was like, y'all want to come get a drink? I'm like, so this is your life? You just go state to state selling hats and stuff. And this is his life. This is what he does. I met talk about entrepreneurial stuff. I met one of my clients. Now he's on retainer for me. I do his project management, and he's running for city council in Flint. Starting, his name is Michael Harris, and I met him at the rodeo.
Good
and
plug,
ever
good plug
since,
for Mike.
ever since then,
Yeah.
he's in Flint. So the thing about it is, I came so much more understanding of what's going on in Flint. The water conversation, the civic conversation, the growth, what's going on in politics. Me and you had that. I was like, what is going on here?
Yeah,
And-
Flint is a different area, especially
we
coming from
figured it
home.
out.
That's another reason why I'm so excited to see you all come. Flint's a different area, right? And a lot of the issues that we have, they have at times 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or sometimes times 3.
Yeah.
You know, the
They're
mayor
still dealing with the water.
they're still dealing with the water. And one of the things with you saying that, we have a bank that's coming that's going to talk about financial literacy. So all the little things that we do, we kind of throw it in there. So we don't have people that are coming and saying, hey, we're going to talk about financial literacy. We put it in there. So there's going to be an RV there that will have, banking and banking education and all that kind of stuff, because some of the reasons why they didn't get their money when they were supposed to are a lot sooner, because 50% of the people in Flint don't have bank accounts.
So, ladies and gentlemen, this is not your normal rodeo. It's just
No.
not for
Nope.
entertainment purposes only, but it's for your education. It's for the betterment of your health. And I'm gonna tell you, it could be a networking frenzy. I've met friends.
Oh yeah.
That I have 2 or 3 years that I stay in contact with because of the rodeo. Some of them are up in Flint. John L.
Yeah,
and
I was just with him. Yeah, he's gonna do
so
our security.
John L. He had a big RV that week.
I
I
was
met
gonna
him
say
there.
the models. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
He feeds everybody, and I'm like, John,
so
have
we
vendors.
it's a wonderful, wonderful opportunity. And again, ladies and gentlemen, if you're out 12048 Grand River, we are here on the corner of Grand River in Wyoming, having a robust conversation.
Hey, Dave, I gotta say this.
Go ahead, say it.
Our sports guest, when he gets back, we're gonna have to refer to him as Marshall Marcus.
Marshall Marcus.
So
Yeah.
about the rodeo, one of the things that I couldn't visualize until I got there.
I was trying to explain it to you, right? Because
Right.
we were trying to put it together,
Like,
and I was
no,
like,
but-
no, we can't do, no, that's not gonna happen.
And we
Right.
walked the grounds, honey.
Yeah.
You tried to show me, and this will happen. I'm like, all right. Until it happens, you don't know.
And
Okay,
it's-
so
and it's
just know
very
that if you haven't
fast-paced.
been,
Yeah.
if you don't know, it's okay, because you're just gonna follow what, like we do as Black folks. We know what to do.
Kathy, comfortable shoes.
Also, yes, comfortable shoes, but also if you don't have a ticket, that does not mean don't come.
That doesn't mean that.
Because you can still support the vendors, enjoy the atmosphere. There's an entire fair going on around the actual stadium. So imagine like a stadium and then a big parking lot, and it's not a parking lot, it's all grass. And everything around there is family, friends, vendors, etc. And then when it's time to rodeo, it's time.
All right. So your leadership also highlights significant importance of Black farmers, ranchers, and horsemen. How so?
So you have to be a part of something to be able to help help people do things. 4-H is one of my sponsors, but now since 4-H is a sponsor, they put me on their ag board, and I'm on the agricultural board for Michigan State Extension 4-H. You have to be a part of what's going on. You don't know what people have to offer you, or what they have to offer and what they're not offering you. So had the opportunity. At first I was just like, yeah, no, I'm not really qualified to be able to do this, or I don't have the credentials behind me, but I did. Right. So you have to, if you can see it, you can be it. Right. And you don't actually know. We did do some lobbying about 2 months ago about some agricultural dollars or just things that we need to just keep things going. We don't realize how important agriculture is. It's what we eat, it's what we take in. It goes as deep as soil, right?
Oh,
I
yeah.
call it dirt, but it's soil and what's in the soil. So I was actually able to lobby and talk to the people about where the funds go. Because a lot of times we ask for money and people don't know where the money goes. And so we were able to talk about that. And it's very important because Michigan State is an ag school, and just folks don't know. It's a lot that we don't know that we just need to sit down and know, because we can't ask for things if we don't know that is there to ask for. And it's not something that's just out there on a billboard for people to know. You got to do your research.
Right.
Yeah.
So not that I'm hating on Genesee County or Flint or anything like that, but my
Please don't.
prayer is
Please,
that
please don't.
we find someplace in the largest county in the state, Wayne County, to bring this back. But I'm gonna tell you this: we were in Belleville, we shut it down.
Yeah, we did.
Oh my God.
That's probably why.
When
Yeah,
I tell y'all we
did.
shut it down, they had, if y'all familiar with the 94 headed westbound to the Belleville exit, people were backed up almost like to Haggerty, trying to get on, and Van Buren police was trying to shut us down. I keep saying us like it was me, but
No, it was you. It was
trying
like
to shut-
me. Yeah, because
trying to
I came
shut-
crying to you. I was like, David, listen, I don't know. You're like, Nicole, this is so awesome. This is so awesome. And I was like, yeah, but it's almost over. And you were like, what? And so you had to make a few phone calls because, you know, he's getting into the dirt of things.
I mean, I'm just saying-
sometimes when we go places, we've never had any issues. We've never
Ladies
had any
and
problems.
gentlemen,
We've
this is
never
a
had
black
anything else.
rodeo.
Yeah.
No crime.
No nothing.
No,
It was so safe.
No, none of that. Family-friendly environment. And it was like they were nitpicking. They had people coming to tell them about people were violating. They didn't have their licenses and all that stuff. Just coming out there bothering people. I was like, let me see your boss. You know, I don't want to talk to you no more.
Right. And
And,
so
you know,
that
you gotta
helped.
flex
And,
some- yeah.
and that helped. And it's, I was embarrassed for you to see that, but those are things that happen behind the scenes that we don't know or
Right.
that you don't know. So it's a fight, right? It's
That's
a
crazy.
fight to get things done. It's a fight to make things happen. And we were shut down. And I did have to come to you and say, is there anyone that you know? Because the fact that they weren't ready for us, and I go there and I tell people that we're going to show up and show out. And I don't know if
I don't get it.
fat
And-
meat is
and
greasy
we
or
got
what. They don't even realize that.
40. We got 30 seconds left.
Okay.
We got 30 seconds left. So I'm gonna give that to you. Tell everybody what's going on and the website and all that stuff.
So the website is I'm sorry, go ahead.
When and where?
Okay, so it's June 12th and 13th. It's in Flint. Well, I say Flint, but it's in Genesee County. Come join us. Friday is open. We have almost sold out of our Saturday tickets, so we put some tickets aside for walk-ups. We just want you to come and just visit. Just come and see, visit, come and talk to us. Bring your groups, enjoy the county, enjoy the parks.
Give them the website real quick.
The West is Midwest Invitational.
MidwestInvitational.com. All right, come on out, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give it up for Nicole Scott.
Thank you.
Go out and support her. Join her. We'll be right back right after this message.
You've been listening to
Hey, here's the wake up call with Reverend Horace Sheffield. Rise up, wake up, let the truth be told. The wake up call.
The summer sizzles with Wednesday Jazzy Nights at the Aretha Franklin Amphitheater. June 10th, it's Boney James. With special guests, jazz guitarist Big Mike Hart. Then, June 17th, it's Mesa Live and Alex Bugnon. Tickets for this show and the entire Jazzy Night season are on sale now at Ticketmaster and the Aretha box office. Presented by Chase.
Over a century ago, DTE Energy made a promise to serve our community by illuminating spaces and lighting up faces, by keeping homes glowing and good times rolling, by cooling you in summer and warming you in winter, by keeping bills as low as possible while improving reliability. And in 2025, we delivered our most reliable service in nearly 2 decades. Our promise is to our friends and neighbors, and it's one we will always keep. DTE.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your man Mike Epps, and I get my Saturday morning wake-up call from Reverend Sheffield. Make sure you get yours.
I'm Hester Wheeler, and I get my Saturday morning wake-up call from Reverend Horace Sheffield.
Every Saturday morning, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. on 101.5 FM or 1500 AM, the wake-up call with Reverend Horace Sheffield.
This is Super Bowl champion Lomas Brown, and I get my Saturday morning wake-up call from Reverend Horace Sheffield, my man.
This is Grover Kings, and I get my wake-up call from Reverend Horace Sheffield every Saturday morning, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. on 101.5 FM or 1500 AM, the wake-up call with the Reverend Horace Sheffield.
This is Super Bowl champion Lomas Brown, and I get my Saturday morning wake-up call from Reverend Horace Sheffield, my man.
This is Grover Kings, and I get my wake-up call from Reverend Horace Sheffield every Saturday morning, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. on 101.5 FM or 1500 AM. The Wake Up Call with the Reverend Horace Sheffield.
You've been listening to
Here's the wake up call with Reverend Horace Sheffield. Rise up, wake up, let the truth be told. The wake up call. Hey, it's the wake up call with Reverend Horace Sheffield. Rise up, wake up, let the truth be told. The wake up call. Reverend Horace Sheffield. Rise up, wake up.
Welcome back. Oh, whoa. Welcome back. Hey, everybody, give us a noise. Give us a woo. Y'all had y'all breakfast already. I know the blood sugar, right? Let's get some noise. What up, though, everybody? Welcome to the second half of the Wake Up Call. We are in for a treat, you guys. We have a very, very, very interesting guest coming up next. This is Madam T. Barb. She is a comedian, entrepreneur, author, and she will be emceeing Detroit Got Talent Showcase at the Bridge Center on June 18th. Everybody give a big what up, though, to T. Barb. Welcome. Joining us from Skype.
What up, though?
Oh, did I say Skype? Zoom? Something. What up, though, mama? Good to see you. Glad that you're doing great. Excited for this show that's coming out. Listen, we got a lot of questions about you. We want to get into knowing all about you. And my co-hosts are old men, so we argue with them all day, okay? Just know.
I understand.
Just know. So when did you move to LA? How are things going? Do you miss us?
Of course. First, I want to say shout out to the panel. Shout out to everybody eating. You know what we used to do? Them salmon croquettes, grits, and biscuits. We used to have our little song. So, hey, everybody. Definitely miss you guys. I've been in LA for a little over a year now. My name is T. Barb. I'm the What Up Doe Queen, of course, straight from Detroit. I used to come on all the time. So I've been in LA a little over a year.
Wow, congratulations. Go ahead. Get reunited again.
T. Bar, what's up, baby? You good?
What's up, Dave? How you doing?
I'm doing super fantastic. Glad that everything is going well for you. We know that you have a lot going on. So I don't know if you want to talk about your comedy, your acting, your TV shows, or your book. But what I would like you to do is just share with folks where you're from, a little bit about your life, and just because so much going on. You're very talented and full of a whole lot of things. So share some of that, not the funny stuff right now.
Thank you. Well, I'm from Detroit, Joy Road, born and raised, Detroit Public School graduates. I went to McKenzie High School, right from the neighborhood. I had a background in social work. I was a social worker. I also had a hot dog cart downtown Detroit. And about 10 years ago, I was invited to do a comedy show. And that's how I transitioned over into entertainment. As Dave said, I have been acting. I'm in The Stranger in Our House season 2, actually with Grover McCants, who does the opening. We've been in Most Popular. Yes, it's my first dramatic role, so I love that. Also have my own series on Tubi called Only in My Hood, which is more of a comical series. Think America's Got Talent meets the hood. And I'm also an author. I have 2 books, a cookbook called The Hood Rat Kitchen and a motivational memoir called Faith Over Fear. So in addition to comedy and everything I do, I also do those things. I have a 501c3 T Barb and Friends, where we give back to Detroit residents all the time. And I just do a lot of things, very multifaceted. But of course, stand up is my main thing. I also have, this summer, I'm on the new season of Comic View. So I'm thankful that I was able to take that. So that'll be a breakout moment for the city. What up, though? We did it for Detroit. And just been making a lot of moves since I've been out here.
Well, I'm going to ask you, how's your son doing?
Hey, what's up, Ed? That's my baby right there. My son is doing good. Second year just completed at Wayne State University. He's going over to the Michigan State Apple Developer Program. I'm missing my baby, of course, but we're letting him get his education.
Yeah.
And he's going to be flying back with me actually after I leave there from hosting the Detroit Talent Show, June 18th.
So
with the fam.
So we know that you like I said, you're doing a lot of acting, and I'm so glad. I often get with people. They say, "Oh, T Barb, that's my girl." I'd be like, "No, that's my girl." Then I always call T Barb and put her on the phone, and then let her talk to. She said, "Who you with? What you doing?" Whatever the case may be. But what I would like to talk about real briefly in this time of a lot of negativity as it relates to our teens here in Detroit. And things that they just talk about how some of your, as much as you want to share with regard to your coming up in Detroit and overcoming obstacles and still being able to obtain success.
I mean, that's a great topic, Dave. And we have been seeing that in the news. Of course, I travel back and forth to Detroit, and there's been a lot of teen takeovers, as they would say. We used to call it, the Belle Isle Strip, just hanging out. And my parents met fresh out of prison. So my parents met in a halfway house. I am a product of Joy Road. I did grow up doing some of the things I should not have been doing, but it was community involvement that changed my life. It was those enrichment programs. It was those teachers at school. And it also was activities from the city of Detroit. I went to a program called Horizons Upward Bound that was sponsored by Detroit Public Schools. And I had the community on me that showed me a little bit more. So it is important for the community to stay involved with the teenagers. Also important, sometimes parents may not be doing the best at finding out or locating their children. That's why the community, as Black people, as African Americans, we always have been community-based. And I don't know why we try and get off of that. We always had that auntie that wasn't necessarily your mom or dad's sister, but that was your auntie. She stayed on you. She made sure you did something. I also had summer jobs. The hot dog cart I ended up owning in downtown Detroit for 15 years. I worked for someone selling hot dogs during the summer before I owned it. So it's so important to have that community involvement. Also, it's important for us to understand that our youth have power and value. If someone would not have seen the value in me, I may not be who I am today. You know what I mean? It took people seeing that value, that community engagement, also understanding that we all were kids. We get grown and act like we ain't never did nothing. Oh my God. We just been in the pool pit, or we been the first lady, or we been the usher or a model citizen. We all did stuff as kids. We all knocked on the door and ran. You know what I mean? We all threw something at something. So let these kids be kids.
Yeah, and before I pass it over to Sabrina, I do want you to really talk about how most of the results or the resolutions for handling the teens is punitive. Everybody wants to say they want sanctions, they want to penalize the parents and things of that nature. From your background professionally, how would you said some of it now, but how would you approach finding resolutions for these young people? And not just punitive, not just put them in jail, not just community service. What do you see from your professional background? Because you work for the state for a while, so you have the experience. You're a subject matter expert.
Well, thank you for bringing that up, because I don't think I mentioned that either. So I went to a HBCU. I also got my master's degree, and I was a social worker for 14 years. I did foster care, children protective services, and adult protective services. And I did have a lot of community involvement. I actually went into foster care because my mother was raised in foster care, and I saw some of the detrimental effects of that. It cannot be all punitive. We have got to start. First, we have to start being not reactive, but proactive. We have to start when you see that youth in your community that may need a little extra hand, that may need a little extra attention. We have to start giving that person attention. Then in addition to that, we have to start showing them another way. And it can't be punitive, because one thing I learned about the penal system is that's just a spiraling. That's spiraling. Once you put in punitive measures, that does not help all the time. Sometimes they're around other youth or other adults or criminals that may strengthen or change who they are. These are kids we're talking about. We have to give them a chance. We have to start providing something for them to do, somewhere for them to learn a skill. We have to start letting them shadow us. When I was in a program, Horizons Upward Bound, we had a thing called a homestead where we would go with an adult, see what they did all day, see their household mechanics, and exposure. Exposure is so important because I feel like exposure changed my life. For instance, me being able to see different things. If you're in a community and all you see is degradation, if you're in a community and all you see is fighting, and I'm not saying every community is like that, but let's be honest, we have a lot of youth that face that challenge. We need to give them some exposure to nature, some exposure to fitness. Sometimes they have a lot of pent up,
energy.
What would I call it? You know, they need to do something. They need to go for a run. They need to exercise. They need to know that it's cool also to do other things. So we have to start exposing our youth, and we have to stop acting like it's not our problem, because that's not my son. That's not my daughter. That is your son or your daughter. The Black community has always been based on it takes a village. And we need to stop having that individual approach and start understanding when you see a kid doing something, yes, it is up to you to say that. You know, sometimes you might see a kid stealing a bag of chips and you think they're being bad and they're really hungry.
Yep.
We have to stop assuming. We have to stop saying, you don't know. Sometimes you may see a kid doing something or asking for some money, and they may really be needing to feed their family or their siblings. So we have to stop assuming, one. Two, we have to start being interactive and proactive. And also, everybody has to be a community advocate. Each one reach one. And stop thinking, oh, it's not my problem. It is.
Yeah.
It is.
You know what, T? I agree with you certainly about the access, at least. Like, here's the thing. Being back in Detroit since 2020, I'm a Detroit native New Yorker, so I've been away and I came back. And as I'm back, I do see a lot of programming, but I don't know that the communication aspect is connecting with the right people who actually need the programming or feel like they empowered to step forward and do it. Because 9 times out of 10, if I ask a youth, hey, have you applied for this or that? It's already a defeated mindset. Well, oh, it's going to cost too much, or I can't get there, or, you know, that kind of thing. And it's like, well, wait, all of those things are worked out for you. So let's make sure we communicate the access that's needed for these youth as well, because they might just be chilling in the corner, and don't leave them alone. Say, hey, you all right today? What's good? How you doing? Something. Don't just leave them sitting in the corner.
Her statement about being interactive. Before I have Ed ask a question, let's give it up for comedian T. Barb. And I think a lot of times they don't know that she has a wealth of knowledge and experience that she can share with folks. They just want you to make us laugh. But this is a this is a personification of a phenomenal woman, phenomenal Black woman in our community, doing great things, multifaceted, and things of that nature. Ed.
Yes, and I'm gonna go along with what you're saying so far, but I'm of the belief that when a child is thugging and thumping, it's almost too late for them to turn their lives around. And I agree with you about programming, but where I believe we should go, and I want your opinion on this, is at an early age where development is really taking place, and having programs available for preteens and really preschoolers. How do you feel about that?
Now, I definitely agree with the early portion as far as the kindergarten, the preschool, the elementary school, and those things. But I don't agree in that it's too late.
I didn't say it was
and
too
the
late.
reason I say
in
that
most
is
cases.
because
I said in most cases. I'm not saying that everybody is too late. No, a person can always be saved. The main thing is that do they want to be saved?
Yeah, and let me say this too, T-Bar, before you come in. I think what happens is what Ed is saying, you know, if you didn't discipline your child before they got 14 or 15 or 16, you can't wait till then to start doing it.
Right.
So that he might be saying that. But what I'm saying is, once they get 14 or 15 or 16, there needs to be a different way that you have to do it. So
Exactly.
that means it has to be more intense, more intentional, more focused, because you got a lot more to deal with, because you got 14 to 15 years of savagery in some
Savagery.
cases that you might have to deal with. So go ahead, T-Bar.
So so from a personal aspect, and when I merge it with the social work, just knowing how I was raised and knowing the type of people I was raised around, sometimes it definitely is more difficult because now you're battling household dynamics, right? You're not just battling that child. So you do need to get involved early, right? But you also have to understand that that's why I say exposure. Because if all you've been exposed to is criminal behavior, bad music, bad neighborhood, poverty, and lack of resources, you may not even understand that there's another side to this. You may not even understand that, hey, there is a Dave, a Edna, Sabrina. There's a Sheffield Center. There's Dabo. There's the neighborhood place where you can go and eat on Saturday. So and you can pack up a plate for your family. And it's almost like, I think Sabrina said earlier, and Dave, you said earlier, it's also about the communication of those resources, because sometimes the people who need the resources most, we're putting it on TV, we're putting it on the computer. They may not even have that. They may only have their phone. They may need somebody to knock on the door and say, hey, did you know that these resources were available? Which is something that's a little different than when I was younger. When I was younger, they used to have a school lunch program that would be in the middle of the block with sandwiches and juice. We didn't have to necessarily travel far. It would be right in our neighborhood, right? So that really does matter. And I do think the early education, we have to keep the preschool programs. We have to keep the kindergarten. We have to keep the African-American studies and those summer enrichment programs that are free for those neighborhood kids, so they get that knowledge early. They get that care for early. And let's just be honest. Sometimes these kids really need a hug.
Woo! Hold that when we're right with. We got a question coming from the audience. State your name and your question.
Michael Harris. I'm so proud of you, T-Bar. Can you see me?
Can't see you, but I thank you, Michael.
Yeah, you know I've been in all your concerts when you had one down at the one mic. I met T-Bar here about 7 years ago at the radio station. And I didn't know you were so political powerful. I ain't gonna lie. You should be a governor one day or president. That's all I want to say.
Speaking into
you have a good day,
existence.
T-Bar.
Right.
Thank you. And whenever you come to the city, we coming to see you. Your next show.
Yo, that's my boy Mike. What's up, Mike? I see you. I don't know if I went with the Harris ever. Oh, yeah. I went and got some grilled vegetables from you, man.
Oh, yeah. You know, I'm the chef on Dexter. I'm on Collinwood right now. And I got Dex Davidson and Waverly.
All right, now.
All right, I'll see you later.
Question.
Thanks, Mike.
No lighter.
We'll see you June 18th at the Detroit Talent Show.
We're gonna talk about that.
I'm there.
We're gonna talk about that too. Go ahead, Sabrina.
So with all of this, like I love funny people, and I think I'm kind of funny too sometimes. And comedy is definitely one of those things that I study and appreciate. And I know that Kevin Hart kind of put it out there, laugh at my tears. And so it's kind of like a lot of people who've been through a lot of stuff and have like a lot of trauma, just things. If you're able to take that and turn it into something funny, it's golden. And so my question for you really is, based on your experience through social work and everything else, how do you think that feeds into the success of you as a comic?
I love that question. Okay, journalism. Well, I feel like it really does help. I think that sometimes having that, I want to say, having that material is really my life, but it can turn into material. And one thing we all know about some Black girl magic and how our people do is we will turn pain into passion. You know what I mean? We will turn it into profit. We will take an everyday problem or everyday issue and turn it into a solution. So that's the way I felt about comedy. I took every day when I was growing up, Dave, and no, definitely, it was either we were going to fight or we were going to laugh. So, hey, you want to be my friend And that's how I know what these youth are dealing with so much. I just was able to transition that pain into something that was more purposeful to make other people's pain go away. That's how I see laughter. You can be going through whatever. If I can make you laugh at that moment, maybe you'll forget about that for a moment. Maybe you'll feel a little bit better. So I lean on my experiences with people to understand how to make them laugh and just be a better comedian.
Go ahead, Ed. I got some of your experiences and your jokes and stuff. I just thought about one, but I'll talk about it. Go ahead.
I'm gonna have to morph into somebody right now. I'm gonna morph into Terrence Howard.
Oh no!
In Hustle and Flow.
Oh, the whoop that.
No, T-Barb, come back home, baby. We miss you.
Listen, so with that being said, you've been out in LA, you said, for a year and a half on the West Coast. And so give us some of the storylines and things that you're seeing out there with regard to the viewpoint of America, how they may look at Detroit from that side, or tell us a little bit about that.
Listen, I'm sorry. Now, this is the part where we got to get a little real. First off, let me tell you something. My Detroit neighbors were the best neighbors ever. I don't care. One thing about a Detroit Dolphin, they know their place.
Right.
Out here in California, they don't know. They don't know their place. My ring is working overtime, okay? And it's just so sad, okay? The people out here, I will say this. It's so sunny and it's definitely a different culture, but there's no place like Detroit. And I'm constantly representing for Detroit, letting them know the culture. If you are a Black person, be thankful you are in Detroit because there are so many things designed for us to win. There's so much Black excellence that you get to see on a regular basis that you have to go and seek out other places. You know, California is definitely great for entertainment, a lot of opportunities, but I don't get to see that concentration of Black excellence that I see in Detroit. I don't get to see that, hey, this person has a business. Hey, this person has a nonprofit. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of great examples of leadership in Detroit. Detroit has the best food. I'm sorry. I'm getting skinny, y'all. I'm hungry. Okay, I'm hungry. The food is, I understand a little more what they say healthy, but it's a little more nasty. Sorry, Callie.
Somebody get this
And
woman
the
a care
culture
package.
is just dry.
We're gonna send you a Fago, some Better Made, and some burners.
You already know. Any of our out of state.
Look, you see what I'm doing? They gotta do the dance to that.
Hey, so what's the name of the sausage place in
no meat.
No
meat.
Oh, she don't eat no meat. That's right.
No meat. She don't eat no meat.
I don't need no meat, but I might want to just cook it off to the side. Let me smell something good, just because I've been down
I need to know
here.
more about this vegan journey. Like, how did you become vegan? And let's talk about the vegan cookbook that you got going.
Oh, yes. So the cookbook is called The Hood Rat Kitchen. And what happened was about 10 years ago, I actually went on a consecration with a church, and it was the Daniel fast. You know, we all know the Daniel fast. And I wanted to, after the fast, God just told me to continue to sacrifice for whatever reason. And I did that, and it's really worked on my health. And I had like some bad acid reflux issues and some different issues that it kind of helped me navigate. And once I got started, it just became a lifestyle for me as far as keeping myself healthier. Because trust me, all vegan food is not healthy. So let's put that on the table.
Process is not best.
Girl, look at you with the saying. I'm gonna take that one. Process is
It's
not
just
best.
not. You gotta pluck it, peel it, or pull it. That's now you can eat it. Just saying.
Right.
I've been where you at, sis. I want to get back there. That's why I'm like, well, what about this Hood Rat Kitchen cookbook? And Ed needs an autographed copy, by the way.
Hold it. Before you go there,
I would like one too.
No, listen to this.
What's up?
I was one of the first people with a copy of her book.
Well, how about that?
Because I ordered it online.
Oh.
What? Thank you, Ed.
That's
Ed
love.
probably used it to finish smoking a pig with it, but I understand.
I sure was.
We know.
And you know, this audience may not know it, but I always ask you, how can you be a vegetarian and eat animal crackers?
Well, first off, I do not like animal crackers. They taste like dried up paper. Let's be honest.
And a whole lot
Animal
of
crackers
food
for when you a
does.
kid and you don't have no choice.
Okay, now I'm gonna say this then. Being a vegan, why does most of your meals try to resemble meat?
Being a meat eater, why do you keep seasoning your meat with vegetables? Like, come on. You're not just eating meat without salt.
I eat them both.
So listen.
Perfect.
So listen, T-Bar. You know, as it relates to your comedy exploits and career, is it more difficult now to make people laugh when it's so much? Seems like it's so much negativity, both socially, politically. Do you got to pull a little bit harder? Can you Uchi on the coochie?
I feel like
handle it.
Here we go. We got a heckler on aisle 5. No, I feel like right now it definitely, I won't say it's harder, but I feel like people have more weight on their shoulders, right? So now people are coming to the shows a lot more heavier. So we are digging deep. We're having and even myself, let's be honest, as a comedian, I find myself saying, well, do I want to tackle a heavy situation or a heavy topic? Or do I want to keep it light in order for us not to even think about that? So it challenges my own material, right? Because you can go into something heavy and talk about what's going on politically or talk about what's going on environmentally, or do you want to keep it light and take people's mind elsewhere? So I think it's more important. I won't even say harder. I'll say it's more important now than ever to give people some relief, because when you go on social media and I done messed up and put aliens in my algorithm, y'all. Why did I do that? So now I'm looking underwater. I got octopuses, I got big head animal, I got all type of stuff. So it's stressing me out.
Because of what is it, disclosure and all that stuff coming out. So with that, when you talk about you and the sensitivity, people seem to be a little bit more sensitive too as well as relates to those things. So real quick before we go to break, I need your opinion, if you want to, about the roast.
Ooh, I was there. So I was at the roast. And so as a comedian, I do understand how comedians are saying they're separating. Sometimes I do feel like things go too far. And
go ahead.
And if I'm roasting you, I feel like I'm going to talk about you. I don't understand how the state of the community has something to do with that person. So that was kind of an issue for me. It wasn't that we roasting the whole culture now at this point. It seemed like it was almost like they took the culture and made that a roast, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
and that was a part I didn't care for.
I thought it was whack, personally. We got Sid, give me your question, and I'll follow up with you about that.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
First of all, I want to just tell you, thank you for everything that you do. And I want to emphasize, my name is Deacon Cedric Tooks. One of your friends, Jackie, is a friend of mine, but your foundation that you give back to the community, that you give back to the city, that you do. If you want to elaborate just a little bit on that and what you got coming up on the near future, we would love to hear about it, because I want to support you.
Oh, thank you, Cedric. And I remember meeting you, and Jackie speaks very highly about you and some of the things you're doing to help people come and integrate back into the community. So I know all about you and your movement. And of course, we would love to partner with you. But I do a lot. So I have T-Barb and Friends, which they know, where we do a lot of hygiene kits for the community. This July, we'll be doing hygiene kits. Once again, another initiative for the teens, because we don't always think about the fact that they may not have the funds at home for things like deodorant, soap, haircuts, which also leads them to fighting and doing negative things. Because if I'm being teased about not having the basic necessities or the way I smell or look, it may entice me to act out. Also, we're doing the laughter thing. So of course, June 18th, Reverend Sheffield and Dabo is giving $2,500 back to the community. So I think that's so important to be hosting that, just for people to showcase their talent and show the talents that they have. And of course, you can always hit the website, which is tbarbisfunny.com. While I'm in Detroit, I have a host of events that I'll be doing, different shows, different events. So that's tbarbisfunny.com. And if you want to support the 501c3, tbarbandfriends.com, where we're doing a lot for the community. One thing about not being a social worker anymore is that I love the community, and also have a home help agency where we help people low income who have Medicaid, allow their family members to be credentialed to get paid to care for them. That's called loving in our purpose. And that's something that I do with Jackie, who I met you through, Cedric. So I'm just doing a lot of things, keeping my foot and my pulse on the city, no matter where I'm at. Even if I'm in LA, Detroit is in my heart, and I'm still always doing something for my community, the same community that made me who I am today.
That's right.
All right,
Once
ladies
it-
and gentlemen, we're talking with comedian T. Barb, and we'll be right back right after this. We'll continue our discussion right back after
You've been listening to
Here's the wake up call with Reverend Horace Sheffield. Rise up, wake up, let the truth be told. The wake up call. Hey, it's the wake up.
The summer sizzles with Wednesday Jazzy Nights at the Aretha Franklin Amphitheater. June 10th, it's Boney James. With special guests, jazz guitarist Big Mike Hart. Then, June 17th, it's Mesa Live and Alex Bugnon. Tickets for this show and the entire Jazzy Night season on sale now at Ticketmaster and the Aretha box office. Presented by Chase.
Over a century ago, DTE Energy made a promise to serve our community by illuminating spaces and lighting up faces, by keeping homes glowing and good times rolling, by cooling you in summer and warming you in winter, by keeping bills as low as possible while improving reliability. And in 2025, we delivered our most reliable service in nearly 2 decades. Our promise is to our friends and neighbors, and it's one we will always keep. DTE.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your man Mike Epps, and I get my Saturday morning wake-up call from Reverend Sheffield. Make sure you get yours.
I'm Hester Wheeler, and I get my Saturday morning wake-up call from Reverend Horace Sheffield.
Every Saturday morning, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. on 101.5 FM or 1500 a.m. The Wake Up Call with the Reverend Horace Sheffield.
This is Super Bowl champion Lomas Brown, and I get my Saturday morning wake-up call from Reverend Horace Sheffield, my man.
This is Grover McCain, and I get my wake-up call from Reverend Horace Sheffield every Saturday morning, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. on 101.5 FM or 1500 a.m. The Wake Up Call with the Reverend Horace Sheffield.
The summer sizzles with Wednesday Jazzy Nights at the Aretha Franklin Amphitheater. June 10th, it's Boney James. With special guests, jazz guitarist Big Mike Hart. Then, June 17th, it's Mesa Live and Alex Bugnon. Tickets for this show and the entire Jazzy Night season on sale now at Ticketmaster and the Aretha box office. Presented by Chase.
You've been listening to
Here's the wake up call with Reverend Horace Sheffield. Rise up, wake up, let the truth be told. The wake up call. It's the wake up call.
All right. We got our people still hanging out with us. We got about 30 more minutes left. We appreciate y'all being out here. Make some noise.
Woo!
And if you want to come out and join us, we're here every Saturday from 8 to 10. If you don't want to come out, you can tune in to us on YouTube at the Wake Up Call with Horace Sheffield, or you can listen to us on 101.5 FM or 1500 AM. Share that information with some folks and be a part of our conversation and information. We are talking to the wonderful, the intelligent, the funny Tiffany T. Barb, and she's doing a wonderful job, wonderful representation of Detroit, wonderful representation of the community, DPSCD, all of that. and it's just good to have an ambassador who can personify greatness, personify resilience, her ability to overcome obstacles. And I often share her story with people that I run in contact with who might be feeling down or feeling like they don't have any hope. And let's talk about that too, T-Barb. A lot of young people feel like they don't have any hope. You talked about the environments that may be raised in, and so what they're looking at, doesn't seem, they can't see being in LA 15 years from now. They can't see traveling into other communities and other states, performing in front of people. They can't see any of those things because they have a sense of hopelessness. How do we reignite the hope in some of our young people? And I'm sorry, that's the theme, but I'm pulling.
No, it's okay. It's not. Don't be sorry about it because it's a very important issue, and I think that the youth are our future. So we want to see where our community is going to be in 10 and 20 years from now. We need to look at the youth we have right now. So it's extremely important. And when you say igniting hope, that's where we come back to that exposure piece. That's where we come back to that caring piece. You have some kids that really don't know if anybody cares. They're dealing with some difficult things at home. And then we also have some parents that they're working to provide. So maybe they're not there physically the way that they should, but they're trying to provide so they're not on the street. So you have so many interesting dynamics. So I think the first thing is we have to stop assuming. We have to really find out what's going on with each individual youth or family that is having an issue, because it's not always what we think. It's not always, well, they just want to act like this. Then we also have to let our guards down a little bit. I think about with music, right? Every generation complains about the next generation's music. We're no different. We may not like the music, but we all had music that the older generation did not like, right? So we have to start embracing it. Let's start listening to what they're saying, actually. So then that way we can combat what they're saying. Hey, if they're on there telling them the best way to do is to scam and the hustle, we need to let them know that this is just entertainment. And we have to let them know to differentiate between that Grand Theft Auto game they're playing and real life. Man. Sometimes these are kids. Yeah. Reality and what they're doing, they think is real. I know some kids who think that if they pass out, get hit by a car, they're gonna jump right back up like they do on Grand Theft Auto. Or video games they're playing. So we have to also acknowledge that as first. And then sometimes, that's why I said a hug before we left for break. Sometimes knowing that someone cares about you and is interested in your future makes a big difference. And it's a few things. Like when I went to Detroit Public Schools, they flew me to Kansas City for a competition I won. That was my first time really on a plane. You know what I mean? Getting exposed to that, getting exposed to going somewhere else, going out to eat. It may seem simple to you, but to a youth that's never experienced a sit-down dinner with a family at a restaurant and been taught, put your napkin like this, stop being so loud. Now, now they're 20 and it's their first time and you thinking, oh, why they're acting like this? They've never been exposed to those things. So sometimes you can really help through a little exposure.
So we have a question. State your name and your question.
Hi, I'm Miss Carol. How you doing, Miss T-Barb?
Hey, Miss Carol.
I hope you remember me. I don't know if you do, but I think you did a comedy show at One Mic. It was a couple years ago. And you autographed your cooking book for me. Do you remember? At the end, I told you I was a designer and I gave you a pair of sunglasses.
Yes, Miss Carol, with the rhinestones at the top, with the stars at the top. I do remember.
So I was trying to make sure I had your name right because I got something for you. I told you I was going to give you something. This was a couple years ago. I still got your book. And I told my aunt all about you because she's a vegan. She she just all into vegetarian. We used to have a vegetarian restaurant some years ago. So we looking forward. I'm gonna tell her about you, and we're looking forward to meet you. So I got something else for you when I get a chance to see you when you come to Davo and the Bridges Center for the comedy show. I got to sign up though.
Yeah, sign
so
up. So
I can't wait to see you. I'm glad you remembered me. Thank you.
No problem, Carol. And
T-Bar
thank
got
you. And June
fans
18th.
all over the place doing all the wonderful things. Ed, you had a question.
Well, me and T-Bar used to go back and forth all the time. That's the reality of it, on and off the air. Man, we did some hanging out over there on Woodward at the club she was performing at. All right, so that's my buddy.
Yes.
But I got to ask you this, because I'm a cook and you cook, right? And you cook
Yes.
for more than just yourself. Now, I have yet to meet a cook that cooks anything without tasting it. You got to taste your food before you put it out there.
All I know
So wait a minute, Dave. How could you sell hot dogs and not bite one?
all I know is she told me she don't get high on her own supply.
Right, exactly. So let me say this, Ed. I started my hot dog journey fresh out of college, right? As
you
soon
was
as
eating
I
hot dogs
graduated
then.
got my undergrad. So I've tasted them before. If you cook something for 10 years straight, every day, same grill, and it's been delicious, fantastic, phenomenal, you don't forget that. So when I got back on the grill, I still had my same technique, my same skill. A matter of fact, I ate meat longer than I haven't eaten meat. So you have to also keep that in mind, Ed. Okay?
And y'all know she from Detroit because she started to talk like this
Right.
when she getting.
Right,
Yes.
she ready to,
Listen.
look at now, she
That's
ready
the
to
Joy
box.
Road in me.
That's what it is, she
Yeah.
ready to box.
Go ahead,
She ready to
Sabrina.
box.
Listen, in New York, they start clapping at you like this when they talking. So it's the same vibe. It's the same vibe. Listen, I want to take it into more of your career journey and how you have become this incredible entertainer that started off in an unlikely mindset. Like maybe you didn't see this being a part of your journey, being in LA for a year, et cetera, et cetera. And for me, you being on the wake up call and you making moves and moving on, that all of that is very encouraging. It's inspiring. It's like we want to see those kind of stories come into fruition. We want you to succeed and do all those good things. Now, as it pertains to your journey in learning how to be the comic you are, like embracing the techniques of it, and like we talked about earlier, the way that you may actually talk to a crowd depending on who they are. What kind of comic would you say that you are? Are you one of those hard-hitting comics? Are you kind of like a cringe comic? And how does that relate to all the audiences that you go to, whether they're black, white, whoever? How do you like navigate that?
That's an excellent question. I'm not a cringe comic and I'm not a mean comic. I would consider myself more silly, right? I'm silly, I'm comical, I'm very situational. So I can come in and we'll do some improv. Of course, I have my material, but we'll cater it to the audience at that time. So that's how I'm able to do so many different crowds. You know, I'm not necessarily a one-trick pony. I do, you know, of course, black crowds, church crowds, raunchy crowds. I do mainstream crowds. We can host, we can come in, we can feature, we can headline, we can do all of those things because my life experiences are so vast. Whether that's my parents meeting fresh out of prison or being a part of Joy Road, fighting growing up every day, being in that lifestyle, smoking at an early age, to going to a HBCU, then going to get my master's in business administration, and then becoming, doing the social work or
Using all
selling
of
hot
that.
dogs. Oh my God,
It
I've
all
done
comes
so
on the
much.
stage with you.
Yes. So I'm just able to transcend. I'm able to come in, look at the situation and say, okay, this is the type of comedy that we need for this particular situation. And I'm really more about making people happy. I'm not there to make you, some people are like, I want to make them think overly. Now, I do want to make you think, but think about laughing. Think about that funny time this happened to you. Think about maybe I'm saying something that you always wanted to say, but you were like, oh, I'm not going to say that. I'm that person. So I'm just more there to make everybody happy. I always come with a smile. And I feel like my job as a comedian is to take your stress away for that moment. And we're just going to go to another world right now and just have a good time.
Okay, well, Dave, I got to put this in here.
Go ahead.
Because being a Detroiter and having been part of the stage and music businesses, Detroit is a place that your audience is heartless. If you ain't worth 2 cents, they're going to shut you down. They'll get up and move and leave in the middle of your show. Now, How does the Detroit audience, because I know that prepared you for the rest of the United States and the world, how do they compare to other audiences you've been in front of?
Me tell you, you ain't never lied, Ed. And I'll give you all an example. We used to have this comedy night before Kool-Aid passed. Rest in peace, late great Kool-Aid, my mentor. And they used to pull out their keys and shake them if they didn't like you, right? So you heard of a boo. Detroit found the way to boo you even harder. That's the point. Like, a boo wasn't enough. So they'll pull out their keys and they're like shaking them like, get off the stage. Imagine 50 people shaking. And listen, and it was an old man with some janitor keys in there. Because I don't know what it is about old men got to have 47,000 keys. So imagine 50,000 keys shaking at you from 50 different people. So yeah, Detroit is a hard audience. And what it is that they don't give what we call sympathy laughs. If it's not funny to them, they're not gonna laugh. They'll start ordering their food. Okay, they'll be ordering burritos in the middle of what you're saying.
We got a hard break. We're gonna come back and talk with T-Barb a little bit more about emceeing the Detroit Talent Showcase at the Bridge Center, which will be held on the 18th. We'll be right back right after this.
You've been listening to
Here's the wake-up call with Reverend Horace Sheffield. Rise up, wake up, let the truth be told. The wake-up call.
The summer sizzles with Wednesday Jazzy Nights at the Aretha Franklin Amphitheater. June 10th, it's Boney James. With special guests, jazz guitarist Big Mike Hart. Then, June 17th, it's Mesa Live and Alex Bugnon. Tickets for this show and the entire Jazzy Night season are on sale now at Ticketmaster and the Aretha box office, presented by Chase.
Over a century ago, DTE Energy made a promise to serve our community by illuminating spaces and lighting up faces, by keeping homes glowing and good times rolling, by cooling you in summer and warming you in winter, by keeping bills as low as possible while improving reliability. And in 2025, we delivered our most reliable service in nearly 2 decades. Our promise is to our friends and neighbors, and it's one we will always keep. DTE.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your man Mike Epps, and I get my Saturday morning wake-up call from Reverend Sheffield. Make sure you get yours.
I'm Hester Wheeler, and I get my Saturday morning wake-up call from Reverend Horace Sheffield.
Every Saturday morning, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. on 101.5 FM or 1500 a.m. The wake-up call with the Reverend Horace Sheffield.
This is Super Bowl champion Lomas Brown, and I get my Saturday morning wake-up call from Reverend Horace Sheffield, my man.
This is Grover, Kansas, and I get my wake-up call from Reverend Horace Sheffield every Saturday morning, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. on 101.5 FM or 1500 a.m. The wake-up call with the Reverend Horace Sheffield.
Yo, what's up, guys? It's your girl, Randy Rosario, comedian and TV host. I get my Saturday wake-up call with my guy, Reverend Horace Sheffield. Think about it. Good day.
I'm Sheriff Raphael Washington, Wayne County, and I get my Saturday morning wake-up every Saturday morning from Reverend Horace Sheffield, and you should too.
Every Saturday morning, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. on 101.5 FM or 1500 a.m. The wake-up call with the Reverend Horace Sheffield.
You've been listening to
Here's the wake-up call with Reverend Horace Sheffield. Rise up, wake up, let the truth be told. The wake-up call.
All right, y'all. We are back. The last segment. We'll continue to talk with our good friend and family member, T-Barb. Let's give it up for T-Barb. My sister just told me to say, hey, Deborah just told me to tell you hello. Also, tell us about your What Up Though shopping line, how people can connect to you with you on that to support you with that, and any other of those things. And we're going to talk about the event on the 18th.
Yes, well, it's only in Detroit. And it's what up, dog, and in Detroit. So my voiceovers, people love them. And you can always connect with me and find out everything I'm doing on my website, which is tbarbisfunny.com. That's TBARBISFUNNY.com. You can go get all your Only in Detroit gear, all of your exclusive merchandise representing the D. So if you love the what up, dude, then you'll love the Only in
And
Detroit.
you know, clearly T-Barb ain't letting no grass grow under her feet. She making sure she's getting all the opportunities that she can possibly give. So you're emceeing our event, Debo's event,
Yes.
Detroit Talent Showcase at the Bridge Center on June 18th. You're going to be here. I know we're going to be giving cash prizes up to $2,500. We have people that think that they're going to win $2,500. It could be up to $2,500. So tell us about the event. Tell us about we know you're excited about coming home, doing this, and partnering with Debo. So talk to us about it.
Oh my God. So I'm excited to be pulling up to the D. Don't forget, June 18th, we had some people register. We have some talent coming up. A lot of people think this is just a comedy talent show. No, this is for all talent. Singers, dancers, rappers, performers. I know we have a myriad of Detroit talent that's going to be up. The event is free. It is June 18th, okay, right at the Bridge Center on Grand River in Livernois. What I love about the Bridge Center is it's free parking. Reverend Sheffield makes sure there's security out there to watch you to and from your car. And it's just a great space. If you've never been there, you need to come. I don't know what you're waiting on. He has all type of series there. But June 18th, your girl is coming to host, okay, the What Up Dope Queen. I can't wait. I'm excited. I have some other events in Detroit. Like I said, you can go to tbarbisfunny.com. But I'm your hostess with the mostest. So if you're ready to see some talent, you ready to get your laugh on, you want to come, you want to meet T-Barb, you want to see, come support some people. And if you want some of this free, you know we love free, F-R-E-E, free, free parking, free events, June 18th, but we need you to go register. Okay?
I want to meet
Please
T-Barb.
go register.
I got a question for you, T-Barb. You talked about you spoke about not just being a siloed show here. We're not talking about just singers. We're not talking about just comics. We're not talking about anything performing that you can do on a stage decently will be acceptable in the running for the money. Now, what kind of talent you want to see up there?
You know what? Detroit can sing. And I feel like we don't take a hold of our music roots the way we should. We are Motown. We invented techno music.
Okay.
A lot of times we have other places feeling like they did that. No, Detroit did that. Detroit gave birth to some of the most historic voices in the country, and we still do to this day. So I would love to see some of our musical talents shine through, and Detroit needs to be back on the map again for music, because we were always known for music. We have some of the best talent in this city, and I'm looking forward to everybody, but in particular I want to see what's that music?
Bring them singers come out of the church and into the pulpit.
We got a question. Go ahead.
Hi, T-Barb. I'm Rose Denise. I stalk you on Instagram.
Oh, Lord.
Let it be known.
I'm on your live when you come on, so I can't wait to see you when you come. I know you're coming to the other place with Dre. I got tickets for that as well too, because I'm your stalker.
Uh-oh.
All right, stop saying that.
Hey, watch out, she got security.
I got security too.
You gotta love Detroit, though. That's her way of saying she like you so much.
But I'll be there.
Security is my security.
And your auntie is here too. We fed your auntie some grits and biscuits.
Oh, my auntie Chantel.
She's here. Yes, she's here too. So,
hey, auntie,
we'll see you soon.
Oh, she waved at you.
All right, again,
oh,
ladies.
my auntie don't want to talk.
She got a glorious golden afro. It's beautiful.
Listen,
Yes, that's my auntie Chantel. The auntie Chantel should have been a comedian. I'm just taking that.
All right, so on June 18th, ladies and gentlemen, T-Barb will be hosting and emceeing the Detroit Showcase Talent Show, which will take place, Detroit Talent Showcase, excuse me. That's going to take place at the Bridge Center, 9928 Grand River. It is from 6 to 9. That's Thursday from 6 to 9. cash prizes up to $2,500. And we want you to come out and be a part of it. As T. Barb said, you don't have to, it's not a comedy show. You don't have to be a comedian, but you can have other talents as long as they're legal, ladies and gentlemen, and appropriate.
How much time does each act get? Is there a time limit? Like you got like 3 minutes or something?
Do you know T-Bar?
I think it's based on their talent. So if you have a musical selection and you sent your music, I don't think that they're capping it to 3 minutes, but I think that you get a piece. So, some people may have a song that's 4 minutes. Some people may have a comedy act that's 4 minutes. I believe it's just capped at whatever your act you submit.
They can't do like no 12-minute EP extended play. They can't.
No, we ain't saying
so. I am
telling
you.
Hey, you auditioning today?
What's going on? Hold on, you started. That was a little remix. That was a little vibe for the club right there.
Or biscuits, grits, and several croquettes. Biscuits, grits, and
listen, I might have a dog that can jump through hoops, so I might need 7 minutes.
Yeah, no fire, no fire. None of that.
Okay, so first off, you know how Black people feel. Half of them gonna say they're allergic to the dog. So that's the only thing.
Right.
And that don't mean you get the money. The dog gets the money, so he get paid in dog biscuits.
Right. So again, we want you all to come out and support this event on next Thursday. So again, ladies and gentlemen, T-Bar, it is wonderful always having you here and having you share. And I often take the time again to just kind of pull back the layers and not just deal with what the people know in terms of your comedic exploits, but the fact that you are in the community, you have a 501c3, you are committed to community. But I just think it's so significant from where you came from. You literally came from the dirt, and you did what you. And like I said, I use the story to inspire other people. And as they say, I'm from Joy Road, exit 9. They be like, I ain't from that part of Joy Road. I'm from down. I say, I know somebody from there too, and just tell the story and just to let them know that they went to DPS schools and they came out and they're successful. And again, sharing that. I mean, like I said, I'm just blown away, ladies and gentlemen, by the talent that she possesses, the sensitivity, because she don't have to do none of this. She can just get what she want, go out to LA and be like, I'm out.
They eat hot dogs in LA too.
I don't know a whole lot of.
No, they don't eat no hot. They might have one hot dog place, the line down the street, because it's the only one. Trust me, they out here trying to give you some kale avocado mix with some raisins right fast. Put it in the wrap.
Or it be the ones with that had a sheet pan on some wheels, and then next thing you know, it's like a 3-layer grill with hot dogs wrapped in like bacon.
Yes,
they got
bacon.
a whole lot going on the grill. I can't deal with it. Yeah, people who leave Detroit to go other places always seem to take Detroit with them because there's no getting rid of it. You might as well just stand in it.
All right. Stand up, Detroit, 10 toes down. Yay, yay. Again.
Detroit is a special place. So as long as we know that, no matter where we go, Detroit is a special. And if you have Detroit in your heart, that means you're a warrior.
So if you had 2 minutes to share something that's most important to you, what would you share in those 2 minutes? Ready? Go.
Yeah. Well, what's most important to me is that you have to understand that your life is valuable and it's very precious, and you really only get one. So you want to make the best of it. Don't let a bad moment be a bad lifetime or a bad day. Let that moment be what it is, resonate, and go on to live your best life. Whatever that looks like for you, that's what you need to do. Don't forget, community and love is important. You cannot get through life alone, and always keep some laughter and some love in your heart, not just for yourself, but for others. And a smile goes a long way. So make sure that you smile. And June 18th, we'll see you at the Bridge Center.
All right.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you have been listening to the Wake Up Call with Horace Sheffield. And again, we are here every Saturday from 8 to 10. We have free breakfast, biscuits, grits, and salmon croquettes. You can be a part of the discussion, be a part of our in-studio audience, and you can ask questions and things of that nature. We'll look forward to seeing you next week, same time, same station. Ed?
And as always, Detroit, we love you.
See y'all next week.
You've been listening
Don't hang up,
to
T-Bar. Stay there. We're going to take a picture, okay?
Here's the wake-up call with Reverend Horace Sheffield. Rise up, wake up, let the truth be told. The wake-up call. Sheffield, rise up, wake up. Let the truth be told, the wake up call.
The summer sizzles with Wednesday Jazzy Nights at the Aretha Franklin Amphitheater. June 10th, it's Boney James. With special guests, jazz guitarist Big Mike Hart. Then, June 17th, it's Mesa Live.